Do you like pet games and you're just looking for something a little bit different? Maybe you love swords. I mean, who doesn't love swords, right? Maybe you just love coins and breaking open treasure chests. And maybe you like even leveling up your pets, not just collecting them. If so, I've got the game for you, a new game called Chest Simulator, which I started playing after Pet Simulator X was rumored to be going dead here soon. So anyway, I'd like to present to you a newbie guide to the new Chest Simulator on this edition of Alright, I've started a new character here. We don't have any premium or anything. We are 000. When you first log in, you're going to see your daily rewards. They're going to go ahead and claim those, get your gems. Alright, and first thing you're going to do, you're going to see just like a similar setup to Pet Simulator X or Pet Simulator 2 or any other pet simulator that you've played before. So the game does have a tutorial, you can skip it, but basically, I'm going to try to give you the too long didn't read version, okay? So, first things first, let's go ahead and start breaking some chests. So, as you see, you damage the chests, and you get coins for doing so. So, what I would suggest is breaking a couple chests here, and getting enough money to buy a nice blade. So, we're going to go over here. And this is the first main mechanic of the game, is always upgrading your weapons. So your priority is always going to be upgrading your weapons. So one of the biggest mechanics is you're always going to upgrade your weapon. That's your number one priority for this game because it is Chest Simulator and you're going to be breaking things to get currency. So if we go over here, we'll see that because we broke more than one chest, we have 4 damage for 10 coins. For 200 coins, we get a 10 damage weapon, which is a lot better. In the middle is a 2,000 Robux option that's 2.5 billion damage. Don't recommend you buy that, by the way. For 1.2k, we have a 35 damage sword. And for 5.5k, 125 damage sword. So we're going to buy this 35 damage sword just to get started. So it automatically equips. I got a new shiny sword. Now let's take a look at the difference when we start smacking the chests, okay? Big difference, right? Big difference. So now if you go to these presents, you're going to see that we get gems from breaking these gem piles in these presents. And gems are important in the early game because, like Pet Simulator X and other clones like it, you use those to buy upgrades for your character. So like additional pet storage and things like that. But the premise is the same. You run around, you break chests, you pick up the coins, you upgrade your weapon, and then you go to the next world. Okay? So rather than go to the next world right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run back, I'm going to buy that better sword. So the best sword from this. And that should be your goal, is to ultimately buy the best free-to-play sword from each opportunity. So this one does 125 damage. Now let's look. I bet we can start breaking things with 2 swipes. Well, in this case, 1 swipe. But the gold chests are gonna... Oh, nope, just 1 swipe. Boom. So now we're breaking stuff and having a good time, right? We're doing okay. So we're gonna break things until we can unlock the next world. So now we can unlock the next world, and as soon as you can unlock the next world, you walk up to it and you'll be able to say yes and unlock the next world. Okay? So that is one way to multiply your power. But Chest Simulator is not just a game about swords, it's about pets. And pets are exceptionally important in this game. Okay? Very, very important. And at the get-go, you'll notice under the Pets tab here that you can equip 4 from the start. There are passes, and we'll talk about game passes later on, that allow you to super magnet to collect everything instead of running around. And we'll talk about what is worth buying and what's not. But your first eggs are right here, 1k and 125 coins to get your first pets. You can also go over here, and I would recommend this special 20 million visits egg here. This has some event pets that are pretty good, especially these crocs. So we're going to hatch a few of these and see how that does for us. All right, so this egg here has quite a few good pets, you know, but the one you're really after is this croc. And if you look at the cost, it's only 1k diamonds. We already have 7k, so you can very easily, in this first area, farm up enough gems to get a better pet than what they're offering there in the initial eggs. So I definitely recommend that you do that. All right, so let me show you a little bit about the user interface here, because this is important. Let me get this out of the way. So at the top, you have your coins up here. This is your main currency for hatching eggs and, you know, getting your pets in general. Then you have gems. Now, gems are different than Pet Simulator X if you came from that game or most other games. Gems are not used for buying pets from other players. You're going to need a different currency called tokens, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But the gems are used in a couple of places. One is a traveling merchant, where you can buy things from the traveling merchant. 2 is event pets, which is what we were just talking about, that egg that we were just hatching. And 3 is there's upgrade stations in a couple worlds that you can use gems to buy upgrades for your account with. Okay? So very important to understand that. Next to that, we also have this box here. Now, again, this is the rewards for time in game. So if you spend 3 hours in game, you're going to get, you know, some decent rewards. And these gold boxes here have a chance at a huge pet. And we'll talk about the huge pet mechanics coming up here soon. But right now we've got lucky in 2x coins for a little bit. So when you get the 2x coins buff or the lucky buff, you either want to hatch some eggs or break some chests. And we are going to go break some chests, all right? So I'm going to break this chest, and you're going to see a lot of coins come out here. So I got 10.5k, but now let's go to the pets and equip the 4 pets that I got. So I got some rainbow event pets here, okay? And the first thing you'll notice is they start at level 1. And each of them gives me times 1.8k to the currency and times 37 to the gems for each one. And they're level 1. So let's break some chests, and you're going to see them level up. Now look, I'm getting 22 million now for these. Now I'm having a lot harder time breaking this box, and you're going to see this as a theme coming up here, in that your weapon really matters. And so some things are going to be more difficult to break as you move on. But we're going to break a couple more chests here, and then I'm going to show you the power of having currency to upgrade your weapons. Okay? So we're just going to work our way up here to the next biome. We're going to walk right up to the barrier. We're going to get the prompt to buy access, and we're going to go. So 150,000. We say yes. Here we go. So we go up to the shop here, and we're going to buy better weapons. Okay? 40k coins for that one. Let's go all the way over. 42 million coins for 20k damage. Huge upgrade. We're buying it. So now we got the mace. So if we close this out here, we can run up and just start beating stuff up. And now in the new biome, we're beating stuff up, and we're getting billions of coins instead of millions now. So we can really blow through the beginning part of the game fairly quickly with a good weapon and some decent pets. Now I've only been, smacking a couple chests around. Let's take a look at the pets here and see how they've leveled up. So already they're at level 3, and you notice the stats on how many coins that each of these pets give you have gone up. That's exceptionally important, and that's why your pets are important in this game. So we're going to keep on moving. We're going to keep swiping chests. And the reason why we're going to keep swiping chests is because you're going to require a lot of currency near the end to open the portal to the next main world. Again, each of these worlds are divided up into these biomes. So the next one is winter. Each biome usually has either an egg to hatch and or weapons to buy, a station, or like this daily chest. So you walk over every day and you claim it. We got 350,000 coins for doing that. Great when you're getting started out, but if you buy those event pets and you take the time to invest in them, you can see it's already paying off in dividends for us. Right, so we're going to skip ahead a couple biomes here because we have a lot of coins here. There's also a speed boost upgrade. We'll talk about that later. 220 million for Glacier. Okay. And here's another shop with more weapons. Now, you see here, I've kind of hit an impasse. See how little damage that I'm doing to this chest? We don't want to sit here and whack away at this chest forever and ever, which is why we want to go over here and buy the best weapon that we can. So again, 65 million all the way up to 10 billion coins for 170k damage for the ice sword. We're going to buy the ice sword. Boom. Let's go back to that chest and see how it takes now. Look at that. So we're doing a lot more damage to the chest now. And now we're getting billions. Excellent. All right. Again, another egg that you can open if you so desire. We're going into the Magma World now. Now, you got your first huge chest. Now, every player, they see a huge chest and they're like, I want to break that thing. And yes, when you break these large chests, they do give you a large amount of currency. But let me show you how long it takes to break a chest. You would sit here for 20 minutes breaking this chest with the current weapon. Now, granted, it does give ticks, just like in every other pet simulator game. But you will get much more mileage out of just breaking chests, the regular chests for currency, unless you have someone power leveling you, meaning a high level player coming in and whacking the chest for you while you're whacking away at it. Or you can also have like a group of people who are your level, and you'll see this in the inner levels. They'll all group together and just beat on a chest over and over again, and they'll AFK and do that for a period of time. So you can see here the huge chest is going to take a while to break. Now, what will happen if I come in on my main and smack that chest really good? I'm going to come up here with my sword and smack it, and I one-shot it. And we've got all sorts of coins to pick up now. I got 13 billion, and there's coins showered everywhere. And boom, we're just picking up billions and billions and billions of coins, right? And we can do that a couple times. I can start smacking away at it. So if you have a friend who's willing to help you out, they can one-shot the chest. And boom, now you've got tons and tons and tons and tons of currency to pick up. And you're well on your way. All right. But as you can see here, it's still taking a very long time to break open some of these chests. And that's by design, to try to bring some longevity to the game, in my opinion. So, we see a shop up here. Let's buy the next biome. Again, demonstrating we're doing very little damage to this box right now. We're getting currency every so often from doing it, but in general, not worth it. So we are going to buy the best sword in every biome that we can get. 125 billion coins, no problem. Does 2.8 million damage. So, what I want to say here is upgrading your weapons makes a huge difference in your ability to break chests and farm currency. And the level of your pets, in addition to the kind of pets that you have, are very important. Okay? So that is my first point here. And so since we've been tooling around, we've already got our pets up to level 5. They level up to level 50. All right, first thing we're going to talk about that's a special upgrade is the Enchant Station. So if you go up to the Enchant Station, you get 5 every 24 hours, basically. 5 chances to enchant a weapon, okay? So I'm going to press the enchant button one time, and boom. So now this will give me more gems on my sword, okay? I'm going to save my enchants for future weapons because what I'm really after is either the Sharpness or the Fortune one. I really love the Sharpness one. That is my favorite upgrade. If you can get the max upgrade on that, and there are enchant stations later on in the game that go up to level 5, you will want those on your weapon because they make you do exponentially more damage. So we're going to continue going on through the biomes here. We're going to go to the next shop and try to buy a weapon. So we go over here. We're in heaven now. There's another large chest there. But we are going to see what we can buy with our coins. So we got 1.4 trillion. For 800 billion, we're going to buy the 17 million damage sword. Boom. There we go. Let's see what kind of damage we do with this. We go over here. We beat on the box for a little bit. And we're doing a pretty good job here. Okay. Now let's say I want to go back and try to get that sharpness buff. Let's talk about the teleport command for a second. So if you look over here on the left, if you see teleport, you left click it, you can go anywhere that you have already been without having to pay gems or Robux to unlock. So we're going to go back to the jungle. Okay. And it's fairly instantaneous. There's our shop and here's our enchant place here. So we're going to go over to the enchant station and we're going to try to get a buff on this one. And we've got sharpness 1. So we could try our luck and try to get additional buffs, but we're just going to stick with the sharpness for now. And we're going to teleport back to heaven where we were at and start breaking some chests again. And already we're seeing a huge difference in the damage that we're doing with our sword since we bought the new sword and have the sharpness enchant on it. Again, I'm going to show you guys breaking the huge chests is not your primary goal. And I'm going to explain that for a couple reasons here. As you can see, I'm doing some additional damage to this box, but it's going to take me forever to break this box without any help. Now, yes, I'm getting 71 billion per tick on the box, and that's great. And there's also coins falling out behind me. But I don't want to sit here all day smacking this box unless I am going to be AFK on this box. I don't think you should do that either. Maybe this person will help me. Maybe they won't. Who knows? I think they're going to come by and smack the box. And so this is great. You can see as that character was hitting the box with their sword, they were doing some significant damage to the box. But I know you guys want to see me break it, so I'm going to break it for you guys. All right, as they say, help is on the way. So one smack and boom. Look at all those coins just showering out like a fountain. And it is a little annoying. You have to go pick all these up. But look, we're getting trillions of coins now. Now don't get too excited. I'm going to break it again and show you guys. One swiping with my my main here. Just tons and 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 tons of coins. But I'm having to run around and pick all these up. And that's going to get old. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. All right, I want to keep moving through the entire biome here so I can unlock all the cool stuff and show you all. kind of the first world here all the way to the end. Again, here we are. And we're at the shop. We need to buy a better weapon. 6.3 trillion coins. Boom. So we bought the huge dagger, I believe it's called, and it does good damage. But the first thing you'll notice is it costs 15 trillion to break that wall up there. All right. Now, if you've been breaking chests instead of the huge chests, one of the things that you'll notice is your pets level up faster by breaking the regular chest than they do just sitting on a huge chest and breaking it over and over again. So they're only level 6 right now. But it's important to gather your resources and break these smaller chests. There's nothing wrong with breaking the smaller chests. The bigger chests are worth more. They definitely are. If you have someone who can help you farm the currency by just breaking the huge chests over and over again, that's great. But again, you're going to get far more mileage out of your pets leveling if you break the smaller chests. And there's another reason I'm going to tell you why you want to do that as well, because you have to break 500 chests to be able to even get into the trading area. And that's not readily apparent to most players. But we'll repeat that again later on in the video. So let's unlock the toy area here. And again, we have a huge chest that we can break, and it's going to take us a lot to get into the circus. So let me farm the coins to get into the circus real quick. All right, I've been whacking chests for a while here. Skipping ahead, we have enough to enter Tech Entry. And this is the final portion here that you need to get to the next world. This is the final biome. It costs 75 trillion to get in here, so it is a bit of a grind. Okay, so there's this chest here, this big chest that you can grind out to see if you can get enough currency to get in there. I'm getting 2.2 trillion a whack. I recommend breaking these chests personally. It's going to be better mileage. So again, let me repeat. If you're solo, you're going to get more mileage out of breaking these smaller chests here, because everything spreads out a lot less than when you break the huge chests. So your final challenge to get through the portal is you have to get 250 trillion coins to get through there, or you can pay Robux. Don't pay Robux, grind it out. So if you can have a friend come break this tech chest for you, I'm going to show you how much you get in absolute coinage here. Now granted, I don't have the super magnet upgrade or whatever it's called, so I can't pull all the coins in at once, but just look at how much upgrades how much currency I get from breaking the chest. So quite a bit, and if I run around, I'm getting trillions from doing so. So it's quite worthwhile if you can have a friend or some help in breaking this chest. It is quite worth your while to go ahead and do this. So I'm going to break this a couple times just to show you, and then we're going to head into Tech World just to show you how much of a difference the biome is compared to what we just came to. So here we go. We got the final break coming up here. And boom, lots and lots and lots of coinage falling from the sky for us. All right, so here it is, the portal to Tech World. We walk up here, we hit E, we pay our fine, and boom, we go into the new Steampunk World. So here we are in Steampunk World. Now, the first thing I'll point out to you is it's a completely different currency. Yes, indeed. And there's different weapons behind us to get. So kind of the same thing here. We're going to have to collect some coins first. And our first goal should really be to get either 75k or 500k of tech coins. So let's go ahead and give it a go here. You'll notice that our golden machine and our rainbow machine are conveniently located here, as well as our bank. So it's nice when you progress that you don't have to go all the way back. But you notice we're getting considerably less coin than we were, and it's taken us quite a bit to break these, but it's not completely hopeless because we did upgrade our sword at the to the top one. So definitely that's why it's important to upgrade your swords. Let's break a gem just to show you breaking the gems, what kind of difference that makes. And we're gonna go ahead and buy this nice and shiny 300 million damage sword, and we'll show you the nice difference there. So if we go over here and we break this, boom. All right, very nice. So now we're doing some damage, we're collecting some coins, and we're able to go ahead and unlock all the steampunk worlds in succession. And I'm not going to do this in full here, just because this is, again, a decently long world with its own set of pets. But I just wanted to show you kind of the progression. The progression is the same. There's no tricks. You just keep going. You break more chests. You try to get to the next one, which is 2.5 million. You find more eggs to hatch more pets. You find more stations with weapons to upgrade your weapons so that you can break chests faster, and you rinse and repeat. Just like Pet Simulator was in a way, but you're actually more tactical with your pets in terms of how much coinage you're able to give you, and also a lot more topical in terms of you're actually whacking stuff with your sword and upgrading weapons. There's a lot more dynamics in here, just based on the interplay between the damage that you do to chests, but also how much multipliers your pets have with regards to the coin that you're farming. All right, so for grins, let's talk about your best pets, okay? So I'm going to show you an example here. Each world has its own pets that are going to be better at their currency type. But let's look at those crocs that we hatched and rainbowed. And you notice they don't give as much in Steampunk World. These Steampunk coins here, they give 402.4 times each. But I've got these legendary pets that I've hatched. 2 of them are golden, 2 of them are just regular legendary. This one came from the original world. This one actually came from the event egg there. It's one of those, I think it's like 1 in 50k chance to hatch it. But you can see it gives considerably more amount at a lower level. The Bat Phantom is completely maxed out. It's an older pet, so I'm not getting as much mileage out of it. But I wanted to show you that these legendary pets tend to grow with you, whereas some of these other pets, like these event pets, they grow with you as well. But the world-specific pets typically are most useful in the world that you got them. So if you get an egg hatched in Steampunk World, they're going to be great at farming steampunk currency for you. If you get them in Eel World, they're going to be great at hatching Eel World currency for you, but less effective, leveled up to max, at farming the other world's currencies. So it's something to keep in mind. All right, so let's talk about this free huge quest that everyone's been staring at probably since you've been watching the video. If you click on the free huge and then click view, you will see a quest that you can do every 24 hours. So if you stay in game for 2 hours, and that has to be uninterrupted, that means you can't go to the marketplace because that counts as leaving the game. You can't leave the game at all. If you get disconnected, it goes away. You have to stay in game for 2 hours. You have to break 500 chests, and you have to hatch 500 eggs. If you meet all 3 of these criteria, you will get this huge fluffy Dominus pet, which to me is pretty generous, considering huge pets are pretty good in this game. They match the power of your best strength pet that you have. And the fact that you're able to accumulate a bunch of these is a great thing. It really does help out in filling out your team. But I wanted to explain this quest to you because one of the biggest complaints that people have is the stay in game for 2 hours. If you go to the marketplace, you're sunk. You just might as well hang it up, okay? And we probably should break more chests. The easiest place to break the chests and to get the gems is at the spawn, because you can break everything now once you've upgraded with one swipe, and you can hatch the eggs one at a time over and over again over, you know, an hour or two, and meet these requirements very easily if you're free to play. So I definitely recommend, if you're really interested in this game, to really try to get the free huge every day if that's what you want to do as a free to play player. All right, again, we're going to claim these boxes here and see what we get. Getting some gems, more gems. We got lucky for 5 minutes, and then the gold boxes are what you really want because 0.1% chance of a huge pet. We got 1k gems from that one and another 1k gems from that. All right. The next thing we're going to show you is the first set of gem upgrades, which I think is really important. So we're back at the start here. If we go all the way over past the bank to the Beach Biome here, which is the very second one. It's the first one you unlock. All right. You'll see this upgrade booth. You'll walk up here. And again, does this look familiar? If you played Pet Simulator X, it's the exact same thing. You can increase your magnet range and your sword speed and your pet storage. So the magnet range to me is like one of the most important ones to upgrade from the get-go, in my opinion. As long the pet storage is okay, it's nice to have, we'll max it out. But the magnet range makes a difference if you're not going to buy the super magnet pass, because it just lets you, these smaller chests, that allows you to collect the coins pretty much instantaneously by doing so. And that, to me, that makes a huge difference in your ability to farm. And when you really break open these huge gem chests, it's not as onerous to get it. Now, I'll tell you, having the ability, if we go in the shop here real quick, just to show you this Orb Magnet for 79 Robux, absolutely worth it. Especially if you're going to AFK on huge chests, because you'll get so much more mileage out of that. You won't have to run around and chase all the coins everywhere. But you will want to go in, and the main purpose for these gems, in my opinion, is hatching the event pets. You know, the traveling merchant occasionally has a good deal on lucky. I've seen ultra lucky in there like once or twice. The pets aren't really worth it, but these upgrades are absolutely worth it. This sword speed, yeah, absolutely need to max it out. You know, if you're not going to get the super, you know, the Orb Magnet upgrade with Robux, this is absolutely worth it for you. But this sword speed, chef's kiss. Amazing, in my opinion. Now, going down the list even further, extra lucky, you'll want to max this out. Egg speed, which is how fast you're able to hatch. This one is definitely worth saving up. This allows you to hatch 3 eggs at a time. This is a game pass that you can buy with diamonds, and it's pretty easy once you get to the final biome to farm up 500 million gems. It is super easy. Your walk speed is definitely worth upgrading, in my opinion, to max, because it's going to allow you to walk much faster. But by far the most important upgrade here is the pet equip. And you guys should know this by now if you played other games. Equipping other pets is a force multiplier. Definitely want to get this. And again, it is not hard once you reach the Aqua Biome to accumulate 1 billion gems. It comes very, very quickly. Right at the beginning is this VIP area for 400 Robux, technically $3.99. You'll want to see what's back there. I will buy this game pass and show you guys what it is on my other character, but for now we'll just stare at it pensively. So what is the best way to unlock the huge fluffy Biomes? Well, it's easy in my opinion. You're going to stay in these first 2 biomes and you're just going to break every chest you can. So you're just going to walk around and you're just going to break all these chests, preferably with a weapon that you can one-shot the chests with, because it'll accumulate very, very quickly. And as for how to get the eggs, well, you're going to hatch an occasional set of gems, right? And if you have good pets and your pets are leveled up, it'll be easy to accumulate enough gems to hatch a bunch of pets. Or you can just go to any one of these eggs and hatch pets indefinitely. So let's say, you know, I've got 185 trillion coin. I just go up to this cactus egg. It's 175k. And let's say I just want everything except the best pet. I'm just going to hit X on all of these. And I'm just going to hit T for auto. Oh, I have to explain that. But you can either just hit, you know, E over and over again to hatch pets. Or if you go to Roblox and you join the Filtered Games group in your Roblox account, then it'll allow you to auto hatch eggs. And that's incredibly useful. You absolutely want to do that. It's very smart of them to do that because it's free for you to do that. It allows them to keep you versed on updates to their game. But yes, you absolutely want to join the Filtered Games group to be able to use this auto hatch functionality. All right, before I switch characters and show you the rest of the game and talk about some of the other things, I'm going to show you 2 things. One is the spin wheel. So if we open here, once a day you get to spin the wheel. You have a very small chance of getting a cool Dominus pet, and you may get some other kind of small weakish awards. So let's take a spin and see what we get. And we are going to get 2x luck for 20 minutes. So if you get a 2x buff, you know, so you've got 20 minutes of, you know, extra lucky, then what I would do with that is I would go right over to this event egg or whatever event egg that they have, and I would just start hatching. Do you know why? Because you're going to increase your chances of getting one of those really good pets, like this one here, the croc, or you might get one of the eyes, or you might get one of the other 2 legendaries like I did last night, which was a nice little surprise. And now I'm going to show you seasons. So if we go to season here, you'll notice that you will have quests that you need to complete. So breaking gems, breaking chests, hatching eggs, crafting golden pets. So your daily ones gets you XP, and your weekly ones are just more of the same. So purchasing from the merchant, breaking chests, gem gifts, and crafting golden pets. This will get you more XP. The free tier is actually pretty generous, but it's one of the only way to get tokens for free. And you'll definitely want the tokens because that is the trading currency in Chest Simulator. Not diamonds, tokens. All right, so we are now on my main character now that I've shown you some of the beginner stuff. And I'm going to be walking through some of the things that we were talking about. So first is the upgrade machine at the beach here. So if you look, I have literally maxed out every upgrade. You absolutely should do the same as well. Okay. I'm going to show you my pet entourage. All right. This is my my current entourage of pets here. I'm going to talk about huges for a second. So here's that huge fluffy Dominus that I got earlier. Huge reindeer, huge twin. There's mythic and exclusive pets and such. These 20 million event pet eyes were rare hatches. Same thing with this huge 20 million giant. That's a mythic. I hatched that earlier today from that same event egg that I was talking about earlier. But we are going to talk about huges for a second, because the huges are great in that they match the power of your current strongest stat pet. All right? And these 20 million eyes are technically stat pets, but these ones with the question marks, actually, they match the power of your strongest pets. All right? You need to have a progression of regular to golden to rainbow to shiny pets. Shiny pets, again, just like Pet Simulator 2 and Pet Simulator X and every other Pet Simulator knockoff that you know of, shiny is the best of the best in this game. So definitely hatching shiny pets is to your advantage, and leveling them is to your advantage. And you want the best ones from the biome that you're currently going for, or you want one from the event egg. The event egg has some really powerful pets, and that's why you see people clustered around it trying to hatch stuff. But as a reminder, depending on what world you go into, these are going to have very different values. So let's go ahead and go back into the steampunk area here and take a look at the pet power so you can see. Again, very different, 2.2k here. The electric eel, which is from the one of the later worlds, has 0. So that's another thing you need to watch out for, is that sometimes the best pet from each biome is what you want to use if you have to farm a certain currency. Now, granted, most of you are going to be farming currency in the current world, but that may not always be the case, especially if you're leveling alts and you want to give them some stat pets. You can certainly keep that in mind. Same thing with these sad octopuses here, only really good for Aqua World. Okay? The event pets, you know, different story. This stat cat that I got that's an exclusive, 434.5. All right? These shiny 20 million crocs, these epic ones that are shiny, 640. To illustrate my point further, let's go on to Eel World here, which is the Aqua World, I should say. Eel Cities where we're at. Let's take a look at the pets here, just to prove my point one more time. Here's the electric eels, 260.4, 197.2 for the lower level golden 20 million eyes. The octopuses have 264. But if we go to the beach, which is the one before it, so let's go to the Sandcastle and take a look at that. In the Sandcastle, and I went here on purpose, if we look here, again, 0 beach currency. 0 beach currency. The legendaries, these event pets, have currency associated with them, so they have currency multipliers. Same thing with these, but you want to be aware that each biome has pets that only are valid for their currency. Huge point. A lot of newbies make that mistake. Don't make that mistake yourself. All right, for this next segment, we're going to be talking about how to gold, rainbow, and shiny your pets, and we're also going to talk about the trade area as well. So I'm hatching some pets really quick so that you can see what things are going to look like, and we'll fast forward this part. I'm going to fill my inventory because I really want to illustrate how much better the golden and rainbow and shiny process is compared to like Pet Simulator. All right, we've launched a bunch of pets. We're going to go to summer spawn because this very conveniently has the gold and the rainbow machine together. So we're going to go to the gold. Now, this works just like in Pet Simulator X. You need to choose 6 pets to smash together and spend 4.8k gems. But this is what I love about this game in particular, is that when you craft one, you get this button that says reselect, and you can literally just go back and forth. And as long as you're smashing together the same pet and golding them, it literally just, boom, very simply allows you to go back and forth. You don't have to reselect the pets every single time, which is one of my big pet peeves with Pet Simulator X, was how much extra clicking was involved in golding a pet, compared to something like their fusing machine where you could just mouse over something. We did again, for those of us who may be in IT and work with heuristics and stuff, the mouse miles involved in going back and forth are much less here. So thank you for making this easy for us, devs. All right, so we've hatched a whole bunch of the event epic crocs. We've turned them into golden, and as you can see here, they've gone up in their stats. They're now 300 and 19 for beach currency. So now we're going to turn rainbow. We just walk over here, same difference. We're going to take 6 of them, smash them together. Now it's 300k gems. So this is where the other part of needing gem currency comes in, is being able to transition things from regular to golden to rainbow into shiny. So we're going to go ahead and craft a bunch of these here. And that's important because we're also getting mastery. We're going to talk about mastery in a second. But I want to rainbow all these and show you the difference in power. And just for the heck of it, we're going to do a 50-50, and we got a success. Excellent. All right. So break this chest for fun. And then let's look at the stat difference here on the level 1s. So now it is again doubled. So now it's 600 beach coin and 37 at level 1. And keep in mind, these pets level from level 1 to level 50 as you break chests. So very important to at least bring your pets to golden, if not rainbow or shiny. So in order to bring things shiny, we're going to have to take a trip to the trading area. So let's do that right now. Now, in order to visit the trading area, you must break 500 chests in total before you're able to do that. So we were going to go and click this trade button here. Before we do that, I'm giving some of the rainbow pets to some of the newbies. So I'll be doing some live streams where I give away some of these event pets to folks, to those who join. All right, I gave a few away to the newbies. They seem to be happy. So to get to the trading area, you're going to hit the trade button here, and you're going to go to plaza and hit teleport. Now, reminder, when you do this resets your timer for the huge quest. So don't go to the trading plaza if you're trying to get to 2 hours for the quest. Here we are in the trading plaza. Now, the first thing you notice is this looks strangely familiar to Pet Simulator X, but the currency's different. They use these strange tokens here, and so I have 120 tokens, and the main way to get these for free is from completing the season pass. And you can definitely get more if you buy premium, but your main way of getting tokens is trading with other players. And so huges tend to go anywhere from 15 to, I've seen up to 1,000 for rare huges, like this giant orca up here that's shiny. You can sell shiny pets for 1 to 5 tokens. You can also buy tokens with Robux here. And as you can see, you can buy 20,000 for 20,000 Robux. But they're basically like 1 Robux to 1 Robux. And that's on purpose. Because what's unique about this game that I think is pretty cool is that you can spend your tokens on either buying stuff from trading booths, or you can actually use the tokens to buy upgrades in the shop. So if you have 400 tokens, you can buy one of these balloon eggs if you want. and you'll get a little pop-up that says, hey, do you want to buy that? You know, let me try to buy this speed boost and demonstrate. So I can choose to buy it with 49 Robux or 49 tokens if I want. I'm not going to buy that right now because I have the hoverboard upgrade, but that is something really unique to this game, and I think more games should have that option, so people can kind of trade their way up, especially if they're free to play. This makes this a very, very attractive free-to-play game for people who are savvy at trading. So very cool idea. Love to see this implemented. I've heard rumors that Arm Wrestling Simulator is going to be implementing a similar system to help entice players. But this alone should, especially if they keep adding content, should make this a lot more free-to-play friendly and accessible to folks, but also allow people who are good traders to excel and unlock all the passes over time and feed their curiosity at buying some of the better currency eggs that come out. Take you over here to the shiny place. This is where the shiny pets are. I've already put some in the incubator. Some of them are done. Some of them I put in for 24 hours. It works just like Pet Simulator X, but I'm going to go ahead and claim mine real quick. All right. And how do you make shiny pets? Well, you pretty much add your rainbow pets to them, and the more you add, the timer goes down, the price goes up, and at 30 minutes, it's $1 million each. So I like to put mine in for 5 at a time. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put mine in for 5 at a time and let them cook. And then I save the rainbows for the newbies. And the thing I'm going to point out is you can only have 6 pets in the machine at any given time. So if we look here, we've got a couple for 4 hours, a couple for 14 hours. You can always spend Robux if you want to speed that up. You can also use tokens if you want as well. Don't recommend doing that, obviously, unless you have like a shiny, you're hatching a shiny huge or something like that, and you really want the most out of your time. So to leave the trading area, all you got to do is go right back out where you came in through this door here, and it'll take you right back to where you came from. So in every spawn world, there's a bank. There's one in the trading area. And it works kind of the same way. Tier 3 to Tier 4, you can spend a certain amount of gems and upgrade how many pets that you're able to store in the bank. And I purposely waited to do that as well. So I'm going to deposit some of my gems. So let's deposit 25. Or deposit as much as we can. So I've deposited 50 million, and I'm going to upgrade it for 60 million, and now I can upgrade it even more. So I'm going to just keep upgrading this as much as I can upgrade it. So we'll do 27 billion. We'll let us deposit, and we'll keep going. And now I need 100 billion to upgrade to the max. But what's really cool about this, if I deposit all my gems, one of the things that's nice is I earn interest on this. So when I log in, I can actually earn interest on the gems every day when I log in. So kind of a nice thing. Oh, look, here is one of my real life friends, Nico Mouse. So we are going to give Nico Mouse some really nice pets here. So let's go down to our cadre of rainbow crocs here and hook a brother up. And that should be really good to get him on the way. Now, the other thing I'd like to point out is when you trade, hands off. Do not leave the game, because pets will disappear if one of the parties leaves the game. So be very careful with trading, that you don't leave the game, because it's been known that pets have disappeared, but this trade completed and everything went well. All right, just to the right, when you first get in, you'll see two places here. You'll see a Discord verification and a Twitter verification. So here you just put in your Twitter handle and you get a pet, which is not that great, but you get a 50% gems boost for doing so. And then the 20% season boost is great. So you'll actually need to go to their Discord here at Discord GG/filtered. And then there's a verify channel, and you type a command to get verified. And then after that, you'll just click this button here and you'll get 20% season pass experience, which that's really important because you're able to progress really fast. Like, this is my first day of season 4 and I've already gotten to level 20. All right. And at the end of this, there's a huge, and if you buy the premium, it's a huge master. But here are the lists of the quests here. I really just need to buy a couple things from the merchant to complete the weeklies, and I could probably unlock another one. Again, they spawn about once an hour and stay up for 10 minutes, just like in Pet Simulator X and other games. All right, so let's talk about how many biomes are in the game. So we've got World 1 here. If we look at the teleport screen, we go all the way down, and it goes to Tech Entry here. That's the end of World 1. Steampunk World starts at Tech Spawn and goes all the way to Tech Lab. And then you have Summer, which is the Beach World, and it goes all the way down to Volcano and Aqua Entry. And then we have Aqua World, which is the current world. And they currently are up to Foam Mountain Biome. So that's how much content is currently in the game. They pretty much every week add another biome. Sometimes I've seen them add 2. And they usually add another egg that has world-specific currency upgrades to that. That's kind of, in terms of content, how much they have. The devs have been pretty good with the updates so far, which has been nice to see. Let's talk about one other thing that's exceedingly important to you guys, and that is in the Sandcastle biome. All right, so when you unlock the beach, all right, for the first time, you're going to run over, and there is this potions vendor, and a lot of people miss this. But you need to go over here and unlock this, because when you do so, what is going to happen is you're going to start accumulating potion points. So for every 45 minutes that you remain in game, you're going to get 1 potion point, and you can spend them on temporary upgrades. Okay? Now, the ×2 coins, that's okay. That's a decent upgrade if you're really into farming currency for a particular reason. You're just going to be on for a little bit. But the lucky and especially the ultra lucky, if you buy both of those together and go on a hatching spree, that will help you immensely. So those last for about 15 minutes. So if you can save up potion points, especially if you're going to AFK this overnight, farming a chest, this is absolutely worth your time. This is one of the best places that people skip over, in my opinion. They forget that this exists, but you want to have potion points and you want to use them strategically for when you're going to be hatching a bunch of eggs at one time. So if you're only going to be hatching 15 minutes worth of eggs, make sure that you have the currency that you need to hatch for 15 minutes straight, and the time, of course, and then only buy that much. If you're going to do something overnight and you've got like unlimited currency, like for example me, I've got, you know, billions of gems and I want to hatch that, you know, that egg overnight, then I'm going to purchase a bunch of lucky and ultra lucky, maybe for an hour or 2, and just hatch that overnight and see what happens and see if I end up with a bunch of legendary pets in the morning. So a lot of people skip over this, but I want to make you aware this is in the Sandcastle biome, so do not miss this. You have to unlock it. All right, and so the most recent, as of this filming of this video, is Foam Mountain. This is the Foam Mountain egg here, which is where the current best in class pets are. They're 55 million coin each. This elephant here, that's 1% when it is shiny, tends to give the best currency in terms of this world. So the Aqua World currency, definitely recommend farming for that. Now, in terms of what is most optimal to farm, if you can find a group that is AFK farming overnight on a private server, and by the way, private servers are free in this game. You can usually find them in Discord. The heck is this? Oh, the slime egg has... This is a bug, by the way, I think. The slime egg is actually off its perch here, which I think is funny. The chest you want to farm is actually further back because it has less hit points. So a lot of people, instead of the slime, Foam Mountain, or Eel City, they'll go to the Octopus Bay one and they'll farm this one here. Okay? And that's because it has less hit points. And when you get 10 people smacking this, it gives more coin per tick, and it gives something like 500 million coins after you break it. And if you're breaking one every 5 minutes, that adds up really quickly. Last week, they also added a new upgrade machine, and I wanted to showcase this because this is important. So you saw the 27 upgrades earlier in the video. This is the new one that uses Aqua World currency. Notice +1 pet equip. Huge upgrade. You definitely want to get that. You got more pet storage, but look at this. Extra luck and huge luck. These are worth farming for right here. All of this is worth farming for, and they have more coming soon from this, obviously. But you definitely want to farm the Aqua World currency for 2 reasons. One, to max out these particular upgrades, but also, in addition to that, is to always have currency for the next best pet. So every week they're going to release a new set of eggs, and you're going to want to hatch those and try to get the shiny version of that pet. That's the way to ascend your power. And as you get more and more huge pets, it becomes easy just to get one of those and swap them out, and now you've got a world specific pet that can farm maximally for you in any world that you want. But what I haven't shown you, and I know what a lot of you are wanting to know, is what game passes are worth your money. All right, so what game passes are worth your money? Let's go to the shop here. Okay, we're not going to talk about the eggs because I've never seen hatching eggs to be worth it in any game, these seasonal eggs. But the game passes usually provide you with longevity, and I've done you the favor of spending a ton of Robux to get these upgrades to review them for you. Okay, so let's talk about the double coins. So the double coins can be worth your while, especially for the later game. It does give you a little bit of an edge. It is a noticeable difference. I'd give it like a 5 out of 10 in terms of how good it is, but it is worth your while. The triple hatch, you don't need it, because if you farm 500 gems, which is really easy to get if you're in the final biome, you can pay for it with gems rather than this pass here. So I'd recommend not getting that. The lucky pass, if you're going to play this game long term, definitely worth the price in my opinion. Both the +2 pets and the 4+ pets are definitely worth your Robux in my opinion, because pets are force multipliers. They help you to farm more gems and help you to farm more currency more efficiently. You're going to do it faster. The 8 eggs at once. If you're going to play this long term, I've always said that hatching 8 eggs, although it sounds ridiculous, really helps your odds. I mean, you know, you're kind of rolling the dice every time you're hatching pets. So if you can roll 8 dice at once rather than 1, you're going to get 8 times more chance to get the pet that you want, and you're going to spend less time auto hatching. When you get 3, you can very easily stay at 3. But if you have the Robux to burn and you're going to play this game long term, then I think the 8x hatch at a time is definitely worth it. And I will demonstrate that later on along with the magic eggs and the shiny upgrade. All right. Super Lucky, which is currently 50% off, instant buy. I noticed that I couldn't hatch a single legendary until I purchased that pass. And once I purchased that pass, I started hatching legendaries every so often. I hatched a legendary during this video when I was making it, just in 5 minutes of hatching. I was quite shocked. I was just trying to farm those rainbows. So I got my first huge from buying this pass. And I can tell you, in Pet Simulator X, I own all the game passes, and I've never hatched a single huge out of tens of thousands of hatches. But in this game, this one is, in my opinion, worth it. And you can see in your Discord server all the rare hatches, and you can see other people hatching huge pets. I don't know if they own this upgrade, but I'm just telling you from my personal experience, I thought this was worth it. And at 50% off, I think it's a 10 out of 10 instant buy. More damage. All right, 50% more damage is a big upgrade in my opinion, because you're going to be breaking a lot of chests. You're going to be doing it often to be able to do the free huge quests, to level your pets. It just makes things a lot easier by breaking chests in, 3/4 of the time you would have, or maybe it's a quarter less. It's 25% less typically, but you're doing 50% more damage. It's going to take you less swipes if you have all your upgrades. I think it's worth it in my opinion. This Orb Magnet Pass, this Orb range, instant buy. Oh my gosh, like when you're first playing the game, if you can own this, it is so great because you don't have to run around and catch all those coins. If you remember earlier in the game, when I broke a huge chest, I had to run around and grab all the coins. They just all go instantly to you. And it's the same thing in Pet Simulator X, right? I was able to send my pets off on a chest, 4 biomes away, and just auto hatch the egg while my pets, fed me currency, and I could hatch forever with that. This orb range does the same thing. Absolutely, I think a 10 out of 10, definitely. The storage here, so I don't own the 100 storage yet. I was going to farm that with tokens, in my opinion, but I did buy the 250 storage, and I think it's useful if you're going to hatch a bunch of pets and try to get your golden and your rainbows up, or if you're going to do a lot of selling on the marketplace and you want to get a lot of stock. I think as this game grows and gets more of a user base, there'll be more people in the trade areas. And I think as Fractured gets the trading area bugs worked out and we're able to support more people trading actively, I think that these upgrades will definitely be worth your while. Fast hatch is super useful. It takes about, I think I measured it about 2 seconds off of each hatch, which when you're doing 8 eggs at a time, it adds up. It makes a difference. I give it about a 6 out of 10 in terms of the value, but it's pretty good. Speed boost I haven't bought. I don't even know what it does. I think it increases your walking speed. There's an upgrade for that, but I own the hoverboard, so if I want to get somewhere quick, I can just use the hoverboard. I don't really need the to get through the biomes. But if you're using auto, which we'll talk about in a little bit and showcase, it probably is worth the 49 Robux to spend on that, in my opinion. Shiny Hunter, I think this is worth the money, in my opinion. I'm going to showcase that for you with some hatches here if you stick around. Auto break, absolutely 100%, 110% worth it. Why? Because this will allow you to go AFK and let your guy break chests and gems for you. Absolutely recommend it. This is, if you're doing something else, if you're playing with if I'm playing with my kid or something, I can just have my person run around a biome and auto break chests for me. I think this is a great game pass. I give it an 8 out of 10 because it has some bugs. Sometimes it gets stuck and it can't find a chest, or it'll start whacking on the huge chests instead, which is not what you want it to do a lot of times. And there's only limited options. You can only choose between gems and the chests. So I'd like some more granular options there to choose from. So like golden chests only, or gym presence only, to allow you to kind of AFK and accomplish those seasonal tasks a little bit easier. But overall, worth it. VIP, not worth it right now. The VIP section gives you like, a few million gems and a tag. And that's about it. I haven't found any other benefit to this. There's no other boosts. My feedback is if they want people to be VIP, maybe add like a coin boost to this. I think then everyone would own it, or make it a prerequisite to have a private server, or even better, let you have a private server that accommodates more people. That would be really cool. But I think there needs to be a little bit more value to the VIP. So right now, given the fact they give you a shiny tag and it's like a donation to the devs, essentially, I give this a 2 out of 10. Don't recommend it unless you have disposable income there. Okay. All right, I'm going to show off the auto function here, auto break. So you see this button that says auto. If you go to settings, you can set it at the bottom here to either chests or gems. And it'll find gems or chests to break. But for the most part, you're going to be using this for chests. So if I click on auto here, it's going to look for chests. And my person is going to run back and forth looking for chests to break. So as we break more and more chests, we're going to get more and more stuff. And my hands are off. It's just running from chest to chest. Now, occasionally this bugs out and it gets stuck and you have to manually intervene, or over time, some chests will spawn and sometimes it'll pick it up. So if the devs are listening, try to fix this function, because this would be a 10 out of 10 purchase for everybody who could afford it if it worked as intended every time, all the time, in my opinion. But yeah, as you can see, just farming currency away, and this is super nice if you're doing something else. The other night I was farming this on the one window, and I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 at the same time. It was super awesome. Now, we talked about the walk speed upgrade. I think I'm going to see if the speed boost does anything to that. But the walk speed definitely makes a difference in terms of distance between chests. So that could potentially speed up our farming. So we're going to see how far it takes for us to walk between biomes here. So we'll count starting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 seconds to cross a biome. So let's go ahead and purchase the speed boost and see what it does. We'll use Robux for it. Use up the rest of the balance I have on this game. You're welcome, devs, and it's owned. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it shaved about 20% off maybe. So it's probably like a 25% run boost. So it shaved 2 seconds off. So if we go into auto, we're going to run between chests a little bit quicker is what it comes down to. Now granted, most chests are fairly close to each other. You're probably not going to get that much benefit out of it. I don't see it as necessary because I have the hoverboard upgrade, but if you're farming chests, this could potentially speed up things quite a bit. And I love it since I'm in a green biome. My chroma key is like totally going crazy. Let's talk about the season premium pass. So the one thing it gives you, the regular pass, you get a skin for your hoverboard, and for the season you get additional pet slot. That can be worth it, especially if you're paying for tokens. But I think what most people are going to look at here is this 1,300 Robux here, or tokens if you're a trader. 30% luck until the end, 1 pet equip until the end, and then you get the huge pet, plus you get all the rewards. I mean, you get all the second tier rewards with the pass, but the huge pass with the premium pass is definitely worth your while. And so there's a huge master here at the end and a huge butterfly. There's this unlock all button, so you can unlock all in the season pass for 880 Robux. I think what that does is it just unlocks all the levels for you. But for me, I don't know. I don't really get into the season passes. The gems aren't that great. The tokens are probably worth it because you need to think of each token as 1 Robux. Oh, there's a traveling merchant. I need to go and grab him. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the season pass. The other thing I would say is I would not claim the season eggs until you have a luck buff, and I would not claim these 2x coins until you're ready to farm. That would be my advice, because these aren't potions, these are instant buffs. All right, in the summer spawn, we're going to talk about the huge machine, because I'm sure you saw it earlier in the video and like, what the heck does that do? Well, you combine exclusive pets together to get a huge pet. So you're going to see these pets here, these exclusives that you hatch from the season pass eggs. And you can either buy these from other players in the trading market, get them as hatches in your season pass, and you can mash them together to get a huge pet. I have not done this yet. I don't know the value, but everyone tells you to hold on to your season pets. So I've got a bunch in the bank, and when I get 50, I'm going to mash them together and get a huge. All right, let's talk about mastery. So mastery here this is the bottom button here on the left. This mastery, so every time you break a chest, you hatch an egg, you break some gems, you gold, rainbow, or shiny a pet, you gain mastery points. And so what does this do? So eggs mastery is pretty good. After you max that out, you get 25% luck on all egg hatches. That's huge in my opinion. And I noticed a noticeable difference once I got to level 99 here. Chest mastery, when you max this out, once in a blue moon, you'll get gems from breaking a chest. I have not noticed this a lot. I think you're going to get here anyway over time. But since it's a prerequisite to maxing out and getting the free huge pet, you're going to do this anyway because you're going to need currency. The gems mastery, same thing, except this one I feel like is a little bit more useful. You're going to get 20% more gems from the gems pile. I think this becomes more useful if they release in the future, which I know they're going to, some way to either convert gems to tokens or to buy additional upgrades with gems. I think they're going to have to do that to make the gems kind of a worthwhile currency. The golden mastery is definitely worth it. It takes forever to max out because you got to hatch a whole bunch of pets, put them through the gold machine, and then after that you get a chance to hatch golden pets. Same thing with rainbow mastery. Takes a long time to max this out. At level 99, a chance to hatch rainbow pets. And shiny mastery. This one's bugged for me right now. So if there's a developer watching, like, we need to fix this bug right here, because I've hatched at least 20 shiny pets and I haven't gotten any credit for it yet. So not quite sure what's going on. The trading area has been bugged recently, but for the most part, if they could fix that, I think the shiny mastery definitely worth it, because a chance to hatch shiny pets saves you a whole bunch of farming. Yeah, especially if, like, imagine you hatch a huge or a legendary and it comes out shiny. Like, that's chef's kiss wonderful. So that's how masteries work. It's just by doing the things you're already going to do in the game over and over again, and you're going to get benefits for doing so long term. All right, let's talk about the hoverboard upgrade. People want to see what the hoverboard looks like. So I don't have any skins for it, but I'm just going to use it here. This is how fast you go with the hoverboard. And the one thing you'll notice is in some places it has a bug where you go higher and higher and higher and higher. And if that happens to you, you just unclick it and come right off. But you can see I'm just cruising through everything here in the beach biome. So that's how fast it goes. So you can see if it is worth your time or not. And you can't really farm on it. As soon as you click a chest, it just comes right off. All right, so let me show you guys real quick why the Orb Magnet is such a huge upgrade. So we're gonna bust open this chest here in about 10 seconds, and I'm not gonna have to go and grab anything. This other guy will have to run all around trying to pick up everything if he doesn't have the upgrade. But for me, it's just all gonna come to me at once, and you're gonna see a bunch of stuff. And there it goes. And the camera bugged out on me. 441 billion, and I didn't have to pick anything up. Pretty cool. And he's running around picking up all the coins, and you don't have to. 10 out of 10 upgrade in my opinion. Wonderful. All right, the last thing I want to showcase is hatching on that event egg. I want to show you my setup here. We're going to buy some potions. One lucky, one ultra lucky. They stack. And we're going to go back to spawn world. But I want you to see in your own eyes if the golden and rainbow, which is the magic eggs upgrade, or the shiny upgrade is worth your money. Okay, so here's my pet entourage if you want to see. I'm going to turn off trading so I don't get a bunch of requests here. I've got chat closed, but I'm literally going to speed this up a little bit, but I'm going to show you how many of these pets I'm going to get that are rainbow or golden or shiny. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this up really fast and do 15 minutes of hatches, and we're going to see how many I'm left over with. All right, so now with a full inventory, I'll show you what we've managed to collect. So, got a few shinies. Got a few shiny crocs here. Nice. Got a bunch of rainbow crocs. Even more gold crocs, and then a bunch of regular epic crocs. And keep in mind, I was deleting everything else, so I can just go and golden all these. So you can make your own judgment and tell me if the passes are worth it for the golden rainbow, which is the magic eggs, and the shiny. I think they're both worth it in terms of saving you time and effort into converting your pets. You're going to have to convert your pets to get the mastery. I bet the mastery will stack even further and make these passes shine even better, pun intended. But absolutely would recommend those. They are a little costly. Still, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 for both of those passes because they seem to be worthwhile. All right, so if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I hope you found this guide to Chest Simulator to be very informative and to help you figure things out along the way. I think this is a very free-to-play friendly game because of the token system, and I hope that more Roblox devs will adopt a similar system to allow people who can't afford the Robux to be able to play this and be savvy traders and make it for a nice economy. To the devs, I hope you'll continue to expand on this, continue to add more biomes, and bring some longevity to this. Pet Simulator X seems to be in a shutdown phase currently. We don't know what they have in store, but this could be a viable alternative if you put the effort in and really try to make this worthwhile for the players. And finally, to the players, you know, the cash shop isn't that predatory. There's some duds in the cash shop, but for the most part, compared to a lot of Roblox games who have pet elements to them, it's not as predatory as some of the bigger titles that will remain nameless. Anyway, if you like the content, please give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button for me and the notification bell so you can see future guides and videos from me, particularly for Roblox. But I don't just do Roblox content. I'll be doing other game reviews and stuff. I'll be doing some live streams, giving away some starter pets to folks, so watch out for those. And I just want to thank you for your time and attention. Now I have to get editing this and then go to bed because I have clinic in the morning. So with that, Doc out. Roll the cheesy outro song. Doc Legendary's in your head. Doc Legendary till you're dead. Doc Legendary's here to stay. Doc Legendary every day.